In this video, we will explore the features of the PWRgate and demonstrate how the backup power system designed for ham radio works. PWRgate is a 12-volt uninterruptible power system that can supply up to 40 amps continuously from either a power supply or a battery with almost no voltage loss. The connected equipment will instantly switch to drawing power from a battery during a power blackout or power supply failure. When the power supply is turned off, it instantly switches to using the battery. The connected equipment maintains power and does not flick off and on. Turning the power supply back on will seamlessly switch the connected equipment back to using the power supply. When the power supply is on, PWRgate will charge the battery with its high-performance charger. A separate solar panel input can be used to charge the battery directly from a solar panel. When both a solar panel and power supply are active, the solar panel is used for charging the battery. The solar panel must have an output of less than or equal to 30 volts. PWRgate uses maximum power point transfer (MPPT) charging to provide the maximum power out of the solar panel. It's possible that radio frequency interference (RFI) may be emitted from the MPPT charge controller. There are times when you may want to suspend charging the battery in order to reduce the possibility of RFI, eliminate the charger noise, or dedicate all of the current from a power supply to transmitting on a radio. The suspend button on the PWRgate can be used to suspend charging for 30 minutes with a short button press or terminate charging with a 5-second button press. When not charging a battery, a short button press will resume charging and a 5-second button press will start a new charge cycle to top off the battery. If there is not a power supply or solar panel connected, then a short button press will turn off the LEDs to save power. Here is a table from PWRgate's user manual that shows what all of the LED status indicators mean. The solar panel LED will be a solid green if good voltage is detected and it is being used to charge the battery, or a flashing green if good voltage is detected but it is not being used for charging. The power supply LED will be green when the power is good and being used, or red when there is low voltage or an internal component is damaged. The battery LED can indicate how much voltage the battery is supplying. If the supply is good, then it will be a solid green. If the battery is starting to run low, then it will be a flashing green. If the battery needs to be charged, then it will be flashing red. The color blue is used to indicate if the battery is charging. PWRgate supports power supply or MPPT charging for all battery chemistries. Before using the PWRgate to charge a battery, the internal jumpers should be modified to work with your battery. Remove the case screws to access the internal jumpers. Select the correct chemistry and maximum charge current. Sealed lead-acid gel batteries and sealed lead-acid absorbed glass mat (AGM) batteries usually have a maximum charge current that is 10% of the amp-hour rating. Lithium iron phosphate batteries usually use the amp-hour rating, some specify 50% to be safe, or others may specify being able to handle double. The jumper selection shown would be correct for a gel lead-acid battery that is 50 amp-hours. This is the standard configuration for the PWRgate. In order to set the charging parameters manually, remove both jumpers and use the USB interface. The USB port may be accessed by removing the plastic plug on the upper right of the unit. Connect a micro USB cable from the USB port to a computer. Power the PWRgate using a power supply or battery. In this example, the power supply is powering the unit and charging the battery. The WMR device diagnostics utility program can be used to change the programmable parameters and view voltage data. The utility program can be downloaded from westmountainradio.com. It can be found by hovering over the support menu and clicking on Downloads. Click on WMR Device Diagnostic Utility. Click on the Download Software button and then install the software by running the program after it is downloaded. The next step is to run the utility software and find the connected unit. The unit should appear in the list of devices as West Mountain Radio Epic PWRgate. Double-click on the name. The device status is shown. This includes the voltages on each port, the charger status, and the charge current. To bring up the list of programmable parameters, type S when in the WMR Device Diagnostics Utility program. Here is a table from Epic PWRgate's user manual that shows what the programmable parameters are. Battery type is where you can manually set the battery type or disable charging. For example, if you are using a sodium-ion battery, then you would set the battery type value to 5 for Other. Max charge voltage is the target voltage that the battery should be charged to. The charge current is limited by the max charge current and min charge current values. Notice that the max charge current can only go up to 10 amps. Trickle current is the current used to maintain a charged battery. Recharge voltage tells the charger when to start up again. Charging will stop once it reaches the max charge minutes. Retry after abort minutes tells the charger when to restart if charging was aborted. Min supply voltage for charging is normally set to 13 volts but can be changed to 14 volts if using in a vehicle and you want to charge while the alternator is on. If the temperature probe is being used, charging will terminate if the temperature falls below the lowest charge temp or goes above the highest charge temp. An optional temperature probe can be used to control charging based on the battery's temperature. If the temperature of the battery is too high or low on a lithium iron phosphate battery, the Epic PWRgate will cease charging the battery. For lead-acid batteries, the Epic PWRgate will adjust the charge voltage depending on the battery temperature. This allows for the most optimum battery charging. To attach the temperature probe, remove the enclosure screws and take off the unit's top. Attach the 2-pin end of the temperature probe to the 2-pin header in the very top right corner of the circuit board. There is no polarity on the temperature probe, so it can be connected either way. Feed the cable through the USB port hole, if not being used, or between the power pole connectors for the solar panel output. Epic PWRgate has a solid aluminum case and includes mounting holes for convenient and secure use in mobile installations. It uses Anderson power pole connectors. There are two models of Epic PWRgate. Both models are the same except for the power pole connector orientation. Epic-H has horizontal power pole connectors. Epic PWRgate can be mounted to the side of a battery box. In this example, Epic PWRgate is using a solar panel to charge the battery. Inside the box is a lithium iron phosphate battery. The output connector on the Epic PWRgate is connected to a mounted rig runner on the other side of the box. A radio is connected to the rig runner and is drawing power from the battery. The rig runner allows multiple output devices to be connected to the Epic PWRgate. This example shows how useful and easy it is to integrate the Epic PWRgate into a portable setup. Here is another example of a portable setup. The Epic PWRgate and rig runner are mounted to the inside of a suitcase. A power bright LED strip is mounted above the rig runner and is connected to the rig runner. The rig runner is also connected to a radio and a clear speaker, which is an amplified loudspeaker with adaptive DSP noise reduction for voice and CW. The radio is connected to the clear speaker and to a rig blaster advantage. The Rig Blaster can be used between a radio and a laptop so that you will be able to operate any sound card-based digital mode that your radio could not otherwise operate. A lithium iron phosphate battery pack is hidden beneath the metal panel and is connected to the PWRgate. There is also a power supply beneath the metal panel that can be used for power or to recharge the battery when you have access to AC power. One PWRgate can supply up to 40 amps continuously from either a power supply or a battery. Two PWRgates can be connected in parallel to supply up to 80 amps. Shown is one example of an 80 amp setup. It is also possible to have an 80 amp setup with two batteries and/or two power supplies. Each PWRgate can have the maximum charge current set up to 10 amps. The supplied current should be at least 80 amps for the output plus the maximum charge current for each battery. Make sure that you are using power pole cables that can handle the current being used. A Rig Runner 8012 can be connected to the output cable so that multiple output devices can be connected. This Rig Runner provides distribution of up to 80 amps at 12 volts across two 40 amp buses. It has precision voltage monitoring with visual and audible alarms for over and under voltage. Fuses are easy to change on all of our Rig Runner models, making them great for keeping your equipment safe. Please read through PWRgate's user manual before using the product. It contains safety information and more details about important product features. Keep your equipment running during power failures using the PWRgate. Visit westmountainradio.com to learn more or to purchase the PWRgate.